I love
Let me
this
hear it.
conversation because I'm right now
Yeah.
going through something
Yeah.
that I know that I need to let go of.
Yeah.
A situation and a person that I know I need to let go of. Because although my heart wants that person,
Yeah.
and
But
my ego is stuck. I had this idea in my mind,
Yeah.
but I know for me, with all that I've been through, I
Right.
have to let it go.
Right.
It no longer serves me.
Yeah.
And I cannot hold on to it, whether it makes me happy in the moment, because at the end of the day, I know that it's going to bring me back to the pain. Welcome to TheirTalk, a space where two unique voices come together to share real stories and spark meaningful conversations.
Join us as we dive into life moments, big and small, offering advice, insight, and a whole lot of heart.
This is TheirTalk. Let's talk.
Today, we're going to be discussing growth and all the discomfort and pain that comes with it.
Because sometimes in life, in order to cultivate the growth, change is needed. And sometimes it's the changes that hinder the growth.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be diving deep, having conversations, discussing, just share our personal experiences when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So, girl, the thing about growth for me, honestly, it's like letting go of the past.
Yeah.
And sometimes I know what is needed for me having to let go of certain situations, certain people, even with a job, and like just changes that's needed for me. It's hard for me to let go, and that's why I feel like it has been hindering me.
Yeah.
But now I'm at a point in life where I feel like, okay, it's either I choose to stay the same and be comfortable,
Right.
or I can choose to grow and accept the change and embrace all that comes with the change.
Right.
That's where I'm at right now.
I know. Like you hit the nail on the head there when you said comfortable. So I read something somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. It said that your biggest competitor is not your competition; it is your comfort zone. So, so it's like most of the time, like we want comfort. Who doesn't want comfort? We all want comfort. We want to stay in our comfort zone, but we do not grow in our comfort zone because it's our comfort zone. So we it just stays there.
And just like if we think about it, just like the flowers and stuff, the flowers, they have to bloom, and with the bloom, they have the different stages that it comes with in order for it to flourish and to shine the way it shines, and to show its vibrant colors. And that's how it is in situations. It's like we're so comfortable and we're so stuck in our own ways, and that, and like at the end of the day, we wonder why
we stay here.
Right. Why we're going through the same thing over and over and over again is because we don't want to let go.
Right.
And,
and
even fear.
Yeah.
Fear too, because it's the fear of the unknown.
Yes.
We're so comfortable in our own way of doing things, in our own routine, whether it's a job or relationship or even just our schedule. It's like, but sometimes do something different.
Right.
Do something different and see what that gets you, because you have nothing to lose but all to gain, know? Especially if you're not comfortable where you're at in life.
Yeah. Why stay there? Why stay there?
Yeah,
right?
why?
Like it's not going to change if you don't take a step.
Yeah.
So actually, I got to a point in my life, especially starting the beginning of this year. Actually, that was I almost said last year because almost 2025. Yeah. So starting that, I was going through a period in my life where I got really hungry. I was hungry for information, for growth. So so I was going through that change. Yes. So I was going
had to evolve.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going through that change process where sometimes I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, who is this woman? Like, I don't recognize you. And I'm in between, right? So I have not evolved. I'm still me, but I'm not me. You know what I'm saying? So some of the things that I used to love doing, I don't really have that desire for. Like I used to sit there, I would like binge watch TV shows, things like what is it? all these Love Islands and Love It Blonde, all those stuff. Yes, I would say that I would binge watch on my day off. Sometimes I don't leave the couch. I just binge watching these things, and I feel uncomfortable when I do it. Like at that period in my life, I would feel so uncomfortable. Like I'm not doing. I need to be doing something. Right. What am I doing?
Like now you're evolving. You're growing. Yeah. So the old things you have to leave behind, and like that's the leaving behind part. Because it's honestly, difficult. I'm gonna tell you right now, girl. I love this conversation because I'm right now going through something that I know that I need to let go of. Yeah. A situation and a person that I know I need to let go of. Because although my heart wants that person, and my ego is stuck. I had this idea in my mind, but I know for me, with all that I've been through, I have to let it go. Right. It no longer serves me. Yeah. And I cannot hold on to it, whether it makes me happy in the moment, because at the end of the day, I know that it's going to bring me back to the pain that I'm fighting so hard to crawl out of. Right. And that's how I know I'm growing. That's how
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the growth.
It's taking everything in me right now, as I say, and I'm so glad we have this show that where we can share our different experiences. Yeah. Because I don't want to just sit here and preach. Yeah. Like make it seem this fantastic, or this what is it,
like you're perfect,
it's far away or something. So, like I honestly want to embody the change that I want us to be able to have. You know, because like right now, even having to block that person's number, having to delete all the messages that I've been
that you go back and reread,
and I had to let it go because I said, Amanda, going into 2025, you're not bringing back the old song and dance. Right. You're not going to be dancing to the same beats. You're not going to be singing the same song and not cultivating that change. Right. You know, because I need it. Right. I need it in order to survive. If I don't grow, I know I'm not going to make it. Yeah. You know, because life is going to keep trying to tear you down. Mm-hmm. It keeps bringing the same situation over and over again, and the same people keep popping up. It's like you have to stand your ground and know, like, okay, it looks good. Yeah. But I can't get involved in it. I have to let it go. Yeah. You know, and that really comes with the growth that we're talking about.
Yeah, and then also it's like that situation of that or that person, they were good for you at that period or at that time in your life, at that version of you. That was a good, that version of you was you needed that person or that, but not the new version of you that you're trying to involve in. You're not going to involve in that new version if you continue to hold on to that person, knowing that, because we know. Yeah. Like I don't remember who I listened to, guys. Like I said, I was hungry for information or hungry for knowledge. That I went through a period. I still go through it. I would listen to a lot of YouTubers, like not just any YouTuber, the one I would gain like valuable information from. I would listen to those podcasts and stuff like that, read books, and so I have information that I don't know where I got it from, right? Yeah, so now I even lost my train of thoughts of where I would go with this information, but I would just give a really good example about the whole growth process. So it was sometime this year. My son he came home with a book. They have them. They had like library day, and they will bring books on and to read. And he's really good at reading. He fast, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't like doing it. So I checked his backpack and saw that he had a book in there. Like, Jeremiah, you need to go read a book. He said, "But no, I want to do that." I said, "You gotta read a book before you can play a game or do anything else." So he grabbed the book quickly. He was done with the book. I like, "Are you done?" He said, "Yes." I said, "I don't believe you." He said, "No, I finished it." I said, "Okay." So I'm going to go and read that book, and I'll test you on it to see if you read that book. So that's what I did. So I grabbed the book.
He said that.
You know what? So I grabbed the book to read a book. And this book was titled The Impatient Caterpillar. So the story goes, there was 3 other caterpillars on their way in cocoon, right? And then the one caterpillar saw them going. They were like, "Hey guys, where are you guys going?" So they were going in cocoon. He like, "What is that?" So those of you who don't know cocoon is that when the caterpillar become a butterfly, they go through that process
The
where they
isolation
evolve.
phase
Yes,
where they grow.
yes.
Yeah.
So they explained it to the other one that asked them. So he was like, "Oh, I want to come with you guys. Can I come?" They say, "Yes, you can come." So that impatient caterpillar followed the rest of them. They went in the cocoon. This book said, well, 14 days. So they had to go in that dark, it's like a whole dark period for 14 days. They are there, no light. They can't use the bathroom or eat or anything, right? So this impatient caterpillar kept asking them, "Are we there yet? Are we done yet? Like, when am I going to eat? How am I?" It's like flipping upside down, doing all of this thing, right? And it got to a point where it was gaining a little bit of a wing. It said, "You know what, guys, I'm done. I'm out of here. I got some wing. I can go." So it left. So when it left, it tried to fly. It would fall back down because it have not evolved
Right.
completely.
Yeah.
So the rest of them stayed into cocoon and they became a butterfly. So when it got out of there and he saw them. He was like, "Guys, they were all flying. They were beautiful butterflies." And then he decided to go right back into the process and become a butterfly.
Wow, what a life lesson that book
I'm
teaches.
telling you, Amanda, seriously.
Talk about growth.
Yes. So
you can't rush it.
Yes. So I'm there reading this book. I'm trying to test Jeremiah knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So I'm reading this book now. So and then pretty much it went back into cocoon and it became a butterfly. And so as I read the book, it was no longer me reading a kid book because at this point in my life, Amanda, just like I'm saying, going through the growth process,
Wow.
I feel that God opened my eyes to see this book in a different angle or from a different life or perspective than I would have if I were not going through this process the moment in time when I read that book.
That teaches so much because honestly, like with the caterpillar, trying to rush the process, trying to not sit in its emotions.
Yes.
You know, trying to fly when the wing is not fully developed. Life knock you right back down and humble you.
It does. It does.
humble
And
you.
how many of us have to repeat that
over
process
and over again?
And some of us don't even repeat it because we stay in our comfort zone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. It's either we don't want to get out of the comfort zone or we're trying to rush the process and not go through it. Sometimes you really have to take the time to feel it. You have to endure the pain. You have to sit down and process it. You know, you have to really like embody it and understand, not just feel it, but then also take the lessons out of it. Because that lesson that you're taking out of it is the growth that you're gonna need. You know, along the way.
You need those tools that is developing you. That in order for you to become that butterfly, you had to share that old skin as being a caterpillar, and to share that is not a small process.
And you can't feel sorry. Honestly,
it's painful.
It's painful, and you cannot feel sorry for yourself.
Yeah,
you cannot feel sorry for yourself because everybody's journey is different. Yours may seem worse than the next. But remember, God can only give you all that you can handle. He only give you what you can handle. Everything, and the thing is, not only is He giving it and allowing it to happen, but then the solution, everything that you need, to fight that is already within you. You really got to again reach deep in and understand. Not only just know that you need to grow, but understand why you need to grow. And you need to be able to acknowledge the things that are hindering your growth, whether it's the same job that you're constantly complaining about. You're going to every day and you're, oh my gosh, I'm here again, and this is this and this, and singing the same song. And it's like, understand why you need to either change jobs or actually do what you love, whether it is creating or whether it's working out or whether it's whatever it is your passion is. Like, you have to do that because it makes you happy. You know, again, that knowledge comes with growth. When you finally get to that point where it's like, okay, I'm tired doing what makes everybody else happy. Let me go back to who I originally am. Like, let me go back to who I was before the world and everything else told me that I needed to be this, or I needed to work this hard, this amount of hardness in order to gain this amount of riches, or, you know, buy this amount of car or pay my bills on time. Like, truly go deep dive within,
Yeah.
and sit with yourself again. Here we go again, say the same thing. It
Sit
goes
with
back to
yourself. You
sitting
got
with
to.
yourself and finding out what you really want.
You need to go through that period, that dark
Yeah,
period,
you
and
have
doing
to go through that
nothing.
isolation phase.
Yes, you
Sit
have
down by
to.
yourself.
Like you said,
Hear
like
yourself.
everyone,
Yeah.
like you said, everyone process is different.
Yeah.
Because I said, it's funny that you said that, because as I read that book, like I said, it was like a eye opening moment for me. So what I did, I went to do, I did a little more research on butterflies. What I find is that depending on the on the caterpillar, depending where they are, the weather, it take them longer. Some it take them years.
We all
Some
have
of them it take years for them to go through
it
that
sucks because we
cocoon.
all don't have the same starting point.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Whether you're born into wealth or you're born and your family didn't, you don't come from money, or you come from whatever it is your circumstances could be, we all don't have the same starting point. Our war is not the same, but we're essentially fighting the battle of life.
Yeah.
Simply just trying to make it and all return back to ourselves.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
The whole point of it is to evolve and go back to who we were,
Yeah.
and remember who we
Yeah.
are.